Hi everyone, I'm Chef Chaya-Ryvka from thelivingvision.com here on behalf of Living Tree Community Foods, and today I will be showing you how to make an Asian coleslaw. Our featured product today is black sesame oil. This oil has a really beautiful light flavor, light sesame flavor, and it's made from the black sesame seed, which is a great source of calcium and just very beneficial across the board. So it's a wonderful recipe to have on hand. It's a wonderful oil to have on hand. So let's have fun and get started. This recipe we'll be starting with 6 tablespoons of our black sesame oil. If I can open it. There we go. Okay. And to that, I'm adding 4 tablespoons of coconut palm sugar, which is a low glycemic sugar made from the sap of the coconut tree, of the coconut palm. I'm also using a 1/4 cup of coconut vinegar, which you can find at thelivingtree.com, livingtreecommunity.com, and is a wonderful vinegar to use in general. You can substitute that with an apple cider vinegar if that's something that you have at home. Then we're going to be adding 4 tablespoons or a 1/4 cup of pure water. And I also have 6 tablespoons of coconut aminos. So these are liquid aminos made from the coconut sap and sea salt. You can substitute this for regular Bragg's aminos or tamari, whatever you should choose. The coconut is a great source. It's very high on the amino acid chain, much more than regular soy-based amino acids. So now I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, and this is just to give it a nice earthy flavor. It gives it a really nice savory flavor. If you prefer not to use the toasted sesame oil, it's just an enhancement. The dressing is beautiful without it, but I really love the flavor that the toasted sesame oil contributes to this dressing. Now I have a teaspoon of chopped garlic, fresh garlic, and 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped ginger. So as you can tell from the ingredients, it's a warming, sweet, savory dressing. And now we're just going to blend that to emulsify all of those ingredients. And if you're the type that loves a little more of a kick, a little more spice, I would add some fresh jalapeno peppers to that as well. And just put it all together in your blender, blend it on high until all of the ingredients have emulsified. Okay, that should be just fine. It looks wonderful. You can always give it a little taste just to make sure that it has the balance of flavors that you enjoy. And that's just perfect for me. It has the tart, the salt, the sweet, a really nice balance. Now store this in any dressing bottle or mason jar that you have at home. And it will last in your refrigerator for a couple weeks, if not more. Let's see, it looks like that's about it for this jar. Okay, and in general, this is a great dressing if you want to marinate vegetables. If you're eating some steamed vegetables, you can use it as a dressing on your steamed vegetables. Today, as I mentioned, we'll be making an Asian coleslaw, or Asian style coleslaw. So what I'm using here is some Napa cabbage And I'll just put everything in a bowl, just a large handful of Napa cabbage. Put all of that in there. And I chop this by hand, chiffonade style. You could use a food processor if you want. You can use any cabbage. I like the light texture that the Napa cabbage has. And then I'll be putting also about a medium handful, maybe a little more, of some sliced baby bok choy, which is also extremely nutrient dense food, and it's really nice raw, fresh. It has a very crispy, juicy texture to it. So now I have about half of a small bell pepper that is julienne, which is thin slices, matchstick-like slices. And I'll add some fresh chopped scallions or green onions, just a couple pinches. And I'm also going to add about 10 leaves of some fresh spearmint that I did some chiffonade style cut on. And I wanted to show you how I do the chiffonade cut on both the spearmint and basil. So I have some fresh basil leaves here. And I'm using 4 large basil leaves. And as you can see, I'm just stacking those right on top of one another. Now what I'll do is from the base, I'm going to roll these up lengthwise. And once that's in a nice tight roll, then I'll make thin slices to create that chiffonade. And I love the aromatic flavor that these herbs give to the salad. It makes for a really fresh, refreshing flavor. And I'm also adding some chopped cilantro, about a 4-finger pinch. Okay, so to this we'll pour our dressing. That should be plenty. And we'll give it a quick toss. And this is a great meal in itself. If I'm looking for something a little bit heavier, I will steam some quinoa and toss some steamed quinoa in with this, and it really is a wonderful filling meal. And if you're doing the all raw thing, you can always have some sprouted quinoa on hand and toss it with some sprouted quinoa for a heavier meal, or use some soaked sesame seeds. Excuse me, I meant soaked sunflower seeds, which would give it more of a rich filling flavor. I'm sprinkling some black sesame seeds into the salad as well. And that's going to give an added texture, an added crunch, but also a really nice addition to the color. And there we have it. That is our black sesame oil Asian coleslaw. You can also add some avocado to this, which gives it another level of texture, flavor, and makes it even more filling. So I hope you try this at home. It's a wonderful salad. Okay, so that's our Asian style coleslaw. Thank you for joining us. I'm Chef Chaya-Ryvka from thelivingvision.com, and this is Living Tree Community Foods. We'll see you again.